Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining our webinar today. My name is Lucas Froese, and I'm the Charity Engagement Manager here at CanadaHelps. In today's webinar, I'll be showing you just how easy it is to transition your weekly tithers into online giving, set up your website in the best possible way to receive support from your constituents, and accept donations right from your website. So I'm super excited, but before we get started, let's just go over a few housekeeping slides. So first, for those of you who don't know about CanadaHelps, we build online giving tools to empower charities and churches to become more self-sustainable. For charities, we offer open access to our full suite of affordable online giving tools with full donor information. We also provide educational resources so churches and charities can better understand their donors and steward them along their journey. For donors, we offer a convenient, safe, and trusted destination for donating to and fundraising for all registered Canadian charities. For more than 20 years. As of now, more than 2 million Canadians have donated over $1 billion through CanadaHelps, and to date, over 21,000 charities across Canada rely on CanadaHelps giving tools to help build capacity. Okay? If you're having trouble hearing me, please try turning up your computer's volume. If that doesn't work, click Sound Check under your GoToWebinar panel, select the Speaker tab, and then turn the Volume Speaker tab to the far right for maximum volume. For the best webinar experience, please close all other applications on your computer. And yes, I'll email you a link to the webinar recording within 24 hours, so you'll get the slides and the recording. Okay? Please note, you can hear me, but I can't hear you. If you have any questions, just type them into the questions log at any time. We'll go through your questions during the Q&A at the end of the presentation. Okay, so let's get started. Let me share my screen with you all so you can see me there. Hi, everyone. So again, I'm Lucas from CanadaHelps, and I'm super excited to be here chatting with you guys today about online giving, and obviously in light of everything that's been going on, it's a really important time to set this up. So CanadaHelps, we're in downtown Toronto. I'm, as all of you guys are all probably working from home, so I'm working from my apartment. Just to give you a little background of my place here. Good thing you can't see the sink. There's still a lot of dishes in there. You'd think I'd clean up better now that I'm living at home all the time, but some things never change. So yeah, I'm from downtown Toronto. I'm in the 26th floor of my apartment building, and it's a beautiful day. So the Lord has given us an awesome day, and I'm excited to chat with you guys here about CanadaHelps and how we can help your church with online giving. So first thing, taking a look at the agenda. So my main goal today is to have a ton of fun. I know a lot of you have probably been working from home for a few weeks now, and you're by yourself or maybe with your family. So hopefully this is an exciting break. Hopefully it provides some entertainment. I can't see you. You guys can see me. So hopefully a couple smiles are happening across the country wherever you are tuning in. So hopefully it's a good time. So we're going to go over CanadaHelps. So who we are, what we do, for some of you that don't know, how to get started with the CanadaHelps platform. And again, this is all super, super easy. So it's not going to take very long to get started and get online giving sort of set up for you. So we're going to go over that. And then the big thing is sort of website optimization and security. So making sure that your websites are ready and what that means for your church. And then accepting donations online from your website, the most important part. So getting that all set up. And then we'll have a little Q&A at the end. So if you have questions on the right-hand side, I think there's a little question box. Just fill those in. And I can certainly answer those as we go on throughout it. Okay? Awesome. So change the slide here quickly to Canada Helps. So just a bit of a backstory. Some of you guys are probably familiar with Canada Helps or have heard of us before. Some of you might be new. So just giving you a bit of a backstory. So Canada Helps is a Canadian registered charity, okay? And we've been around for 20 years. And our beginnings started in a church. So as you can see the picture there were 3 university students coming home from Christmas holidays, so at Christmas time, 2 from Waterloo, 1 from Queens, and they were actually in a church, and they were sitting at church, and the giving basket was coming around, and this was 2000. So if you place yourself back in the .com boom, right when the internet was sort of taking off, and the giving basket was coming around, they didn't have change, and they said, hey, there's got to be a better way to do this, and they founded Canada Helps. And then 20 years later, kind of here we are, and we've been helping all Canadian charities and many churches from across the country with online giving. So our foundations started in the church, for those of you that didn't know. Okay, so to kind of get going right away, the first thing that you need to do is register with Canada Helps. So I know a lot of you already have Canada Helps account, and you're maybe familiar with it, or you received donations through the platform. But for those of you who are not familiar with Canada Helps, the first thing you have to do is register. So I've provided the link there, and I'm going to jump to sort of a demo and kind of show you what that registration form looks like. But it's an online form. It literally takes 5 minutes to get set up. You have to provide your banking details as well, so that when you do get donations, we can disperse those to you, and they come on a weekly basis. So every Thursday, Canada Helps deposits those donations into your church's account. So it's an online form to fill out. It's prompting you to banking details. You fill that out as well, and then you're good to go. So that's the link. Again, I'm going to send these slides after, so you'll have this as well, and I'm going to be able to show you when I kind of jump to the demo what that looks like. Okay, so getting started for those of you that don't know. Now, kind of jumping into the main piece of what we're talking about today is online giving for your website. So I know it's a very difficult time for all you guys. Your services have been closed down. I know some of you have been closed for maybe 1 or 2 weeks already. And are looking for different ways for your congregation and for your community to help support your church. And it's awesome. I know you guys are set up with pre-authorized readiness. I know envelopes, so people are still giving to you through envelopes. This is awesome. With Canada Helps, we just provide an additional way for your congregation to give to you, and that is through online giving. So through credit card payments that can come directly onto your website. So once you've registered with Canada Helps and you have an account, how to get this set up is using custom donation forms that you create in your account. You have an unlimited amount of forms that you can create, and then you can simply embed it and link it to your website in no time, and you can immediately start accepting donations. Okay? So this is what that donation form looks like. So all of this is created in your Canada Helps account, and I'll jump to that in a moment, and I'll show you guys how you can do that. But just some main points about it. So you creating your account, and the donation form is fully mobile optimized. So people can give, if they go on their desktop computer, they can make an online gift to you. If they're on a smartphone, if they're on an iPad, they can easily make those gifts to you. You as a church have the ability to brand that form. So I know a lot of you have a website, some of you don't, and we'll get to talking about what you can do if you don't have a website. But for ones that you do, you can brand your tax receipts. You can send custom email, thank you messages. That form is branded to your website, so it looks like it's directly part of your site. And then again, that piece of thanking them. So you're not going to be able to see your congregation for who knows how long this is going to go on for. So you have that ability to thank them. They're going to get their tax receipt, and you can thank them online immediately through Canada Helps. Okay, it's quick and easy to use, so it's super easy to use. And the big piece down below there is the transaction costs. So with Canada Helps, so ourselves as a registered charity, there is no startup costs, there's no monthly fees, there's no contract to start. It's free to sign up, it's free to use Canada Helps. With the donation form, if somebody gives a one-time gift, it's a 3.75% transaction fee. If they sign up for monthly, it's 3.5%, okay? In these fees are credit card fees. So there's always credit card fees because it's an online transaction. So that's within the 3.5 or the 3.75. All your tax receipts are issued automatically. So as soon as somebody gives, they get their tax receipt and they'll show that to you as well. Also donation security. So all of the forms have the highest PCL compliance to prevention against, hackers getting credit card information, fraud, online fraudsters. So that protection is all within that fee. And then as well, your access to the donor information. So donor information, training and support for you guys as a church. I know there might be a lot of pastors or treasurers and bookkeepers here, so free training and free training for your congregation for people to give. So that's kind of all wrapped up within that fee. Okay, so what we'll do now is I'll jump to just some examples about the Canada Helps platform and what that looks like when it's live. So as soon as you have signed up with Canada Helps, and again, I know a lot of you have a Canada Helps account. In there, you're able to create your donation forms and you're going to see who's been giving to you. Okay, but what I want to do right now is kind of show you what this looks like in practice. So this is MBC Church. They're out in Oshawa, Ontario. Okay, and I'm on their website. Okay, they got a beautiful website right now, and right off the bat, I can see right away it says Give Online. Okay, so on your website, you're going to need a button that says Give, that says Donate, Give Online, Donate Online, any of that kind of language. And you want to make sure that it's not hard for your congregation or potential donor to find. If it's hard to find, it's going to, the chances of them giving to you will drop significantly. Again, I know you have many different other ways that you're giving, but for online gifts, the best part about it, I should say, is that it's super, super easy for you to set up and super easy for the donor to give. So you want to make it as easy as possible so that they're able to give. So when you take a look at the screen here on MBC Church, they've right away got this Give Online button. Like I see it right away. It's right on the homepage. As soon as I click that, you'll notice what it does is it immediately takes me to a donation form that's embedded right on their website. Okay? So this form that you see here, they've created on their Canada Helps account and they've embedded it directly. So I can donate one time or I could donate monthly. I can choose that amount. For the donor, you're entering your personal information, okay? You're selecting that credit card information and you're simply clicking Complete Donation Now. As soon as you've done that, that's it. The donation is completed. The donor gets their tax receipt immediately by email. Those funds will get dispersed to you, like I said, every Thursday. So it'll be a weekly, for all the donations I've made, every Thursday, that will be deposited into your church's account. So it's super easy and simple to do. What you'll notice here is when I'm on their website, you'll notice on the top left icon, they've got this lock screen, okay? This means that the Embassy Church's website is secure. If you have a secure website and if your website is mobile optimized, then it's good to embed your donation form. So what I'm going to do here, and you'll notice on the donation form as well, there's a little icon there on the Canada Helps donation form. That means that that's completely secure. So you're completely secure with those online transactions. What I'm going to do here, I'm going to actually show you what it looks like when we switch to mobile optimized. So here you can see I'm on their website. You can see on the top right here, it says iPhone 6, 7, or 8. right? So a lot of your congregation, I'm sure, have some sort of iPhone or Samsung, right? So when they go on the Embassy Church's website, this is what it looks like when it's mobile optimized. Okay, so you can see that this is, if you go on your phone and check it out, this is what that donation form looks like mobile optimized. So a donor can actually give using a smartphone or an iPad onto their website because their website is mobile optimized. Okay, and it's secure. Okay, so again, super easy for them to do. To give you another example, so I'll jump to the Anglican, this is the Anglican network in Canada. So again, same sort of, same main points. As soon as I'm on their website, I can see on the top right-hand side, it says donate, right? I see it right away. It doesn't take me long to find it. If I went on my phone, I could see it. It's accented color, so it's a different color, so it stands out. And as soon as I go on that site and click donate, it's going to take me right to a donation form that is embedded directly on their website. So you can see that's the form. They've used a different style of form. This is called our multi-step form, okay? And again, it looks very similar, except it's split up into 3 different parts. So I can make my $50 gift and click next. It'll bring me to my personal information. I'd click next, it'd give me to my credit card information, and I'd complete that donation. So this is just a different style of form. They've added a really nice image in the background with some awesome text. So super cool. And again, just a different style, and you'll notice. So again, their website is secure. The CanadaHelps donation form is secure, so they've been able to embed it directly onto their website. Very easy. I can come on here and complete that donation within minutes. Okay. Now, if your church's website is not secure, and this may be the case for a lot of you, or maybe you don't know, you can still use the CanadaHelps donation form. It's just we're going to link it to your website. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take you to a different example here. So this is St. Matthew's Anglican Church. Okay, so I'm on their website. What you're going to notice right away on the left-hand side here, it says not secure, right? So their website isn't secure, which is totally fine. If it's not secure, you can still use CanadaHelps. Okay, how they've done it this time is they've created their donation form, and again, they've linked it to their website. So when I come on here, you'll notice on the left-hand side, it says donate. So as soon as I click donate, now what it does is it's going to open a new window right to their donation form. Okay, so they've given a nice little text at the start, and again, I can donate now or monthly, and I'm simply filling out a form and completing the donation. Okay, and that way you want to link it if your website's not secure so people can still give on a mobile device. Right? So again, when I click inspect and I take a look at this, right, this is how that donation form appears when I'm on my smartphone, when I'm on an iPad. I can make that donation on a mobile device, no problem. Okay? So again, so a lot of you, your website might not be secure, it might not be mobile optimized, but what we'll do is we're going to create a donate button on your website. We're going to link that form to it so you can still accept online giving directly through your website. Okay, amazing. Again, just to kind of reiterate, here's Inniswood Baptist Church in Barrie, Ontario. I'm on their website. They've done an amazing job of having that donate button. So that's bright. I can see that right away on the web page. And again, when I click donate now, boom, I'm taken right to that donation form. That's they've added a nice background image. They've changed the colors. And now that donation form, I can give right to that form. Okay, so very, very easy for you to set up, very easy for donors to give, and they're all going to get their tax receipts right away. Okay, a really cool thing about this as well is on the donor side. A lot of donors, when they're going to give through CanadaHelps, they have the option to create a CanadaHelps account. They don't have to, so a donor doesn't need a CanadaHelps account to give to you. They can if they want to, and it makes the giving process even easier. So for example, let's say I'm going to give $10 to Inniswood Church. What I'll do is I'll simply enter in my email. You'll notice once I've entered in my email, it's actually going to prompt me to an option where I can enter in my CanadaHelps password. So if I put my email in, it's going to prompt me to my CanadaHelps password. I can actually enter that in, and within minutes, my credit card information is saved, my personal information is all saved, and I can simply make my donation within 2 minutes, like very, very easy, on a phone as well, on an iPad. So the form, if a donor decides to create a CanadaHelps account, the form is actually going to recognize that when they enter their email, and within 1 or 2 minutes, they just enter in their amount, they click complete donation, and the transaction's done. Okay, so it's really designed to be easy for you guys, and it's really designed to be easy for people to give. Okay, so that's really, really big points. What I'm going to do now is we're going to actually jump to the CanadaHelps account. Okay, so for those of you that have registered with CanadaHelps and have used us before, this is exactly what your account looks like. For some of you that aren't registered with CanadaHelps yet, once you've complete that sign-up process, this is what your account's going to look like. Okay, you're going to be entered in your My Charity account, and the most important tab, everything that we've talked about, is going to be under donation forms. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're actually going to click that. So when we click on donation forms, this is where all of the work gets done. So I go on donation forms. On the right-hand side, it says create new form. So as soon as you click that, you can create an unlimited amount of donation forms. There is no limit to how many you can create. So you can create a new one every week. When I've spoken to churches, kind of before COVID-19, you can create like a specific form for Easter or for Christmas time, or like any sort of things that you might be running. So there's an unlimited amount of forms you can create, which is super awesome. So simply you click that button, away you go. What I've done here before is I've created a donation form before the webinar. So I'll search that. So I just called it here church form. I created that late last year. So this is what that's going to look like in your account. You're right away going to be able to see how much it's raised. So that stat will be there. But let's take a look at what I created. So if I actually click on view, right, this is the donation form that I created. Okay, this probably took me all of 3 or 4 minutes. So the form, I changed the colors, I added a nice background image, and I added, 2 Corinthians 9 verse 7 onto the form as well. Okay, so all of that's done. All I need to do with this form now is embed it or link it directly to my website, and I can already start accepting donations. Okay, so we'll go back to the form. So under this edit tab here, this is where all of my changes are going to be made. So this is where I can change the colors. I can add logos. I can, change some of the text, the messaging around it. I can add thank you messages. All of that will be under edit. If you want to embed it on your website, remember, if your website is secure and it's mobile optimized, all you're going to do is click this button here that says embed. You click that button and you're going to see this funny line of code. Okay, take that line of code. You can see it's already copied to my clipboard. You go into your website, log into the back end of your website, and you just paste that code wherever you want the form to appear. As soon as you pasted it, that donation form appears. Okay, so you don't need, you don't need a consultant. You don't need a super complex website. You don't need to have like crazy mad coding skills to do it. You just take the code, you paste it, and within minutes, online giving is set up for your website. Okay. If you're having troubles with this, I'm going to provide you guys with my contact info. I've been helping churches the last couple of weeks. Let me know, send me an email, give me a call. We'll jump on a screen share, and we can get that up for you. So don't worry about that. If that sounds like it's a lot right now, that's why I'm here to help. So we can get that up for you within minutes. It's super easy. Okay, and then as well, you're also provided the donation forms URL. So the URL is what you're going to use if you're going to link it to your website, but this URL can be used for emails. So if you're sending emails, if you're going to do direct mail, how you're sort of communicating with your congregation at this time, you can use that URL to send your donation form. Okay, so you'll notice I've copied this clipboard, right? If I opened a new tab here and I just pasted that URL, it immediately just takes me to my donation form. Okay, so with that URL, play with that. You're able to use your donation form in many different ways. Okay, so that's how you get it on your website. Again, we're going to create a new form. And now the real heart of it is the edit button here. So when I click on edit, this is where all of my changes are made to my donation form. So we'll go through some of the high-level stuff. So you got what you want to call it, the type of form. So I've used the multi-step. The one that we looked at earlier was the full form. Okay, you have the tribute first form as well. Probably won't apply to you guys as much generally for like a hospice or a hospital where we might have donations that are in dedication or in memory of someone. And then there's also a securities form. So with these forms, you can actually create a form that accepts gifts of stocks and mutual funds as well. Okay, so just another option for you in there, but mainly it's the full form or it's the multi-step form that you're going to set up or use for online giving right from your website. Okay, and then general settings. Okay, so fund options, you can add fund options. So you might have a general fund, you might have support ministry work, you might have, so just what that means is there's a drop down arrow. So when I'm as a donor, when I'm giving money to a church, I can choose where I want that money to go. There's different options. Okay, you can choose if your form has one-time or monthly gifts on it. Up to you. A big thing to note though with these donation forms, and I know I saw it in some of the questions earlier, it's only one-time and monthly gifts. So there is no weekly donations with the form. So they can do it one time, so they can come on every Sunday or every week, right now to give, or they can sign up for monthly. Those are the two options. Okay, so redirect URL where you want to drive donors after they've given, right? So just a bunch of simple options as well. So if you want to have a message to the charity, if you don't want to issue tax receipts, you can toggle it off. If there's a mailing list option, if you're collecting phone numbers, that might be important for you at this time, you can simply toggle on those options. So again, it's all about, it's super easy to use, right? You're just either toggling it on or you're toggling it off, right? So very user-friendly for you. Preset donation amounts. So this is for one-time and monthly as well. So $20, you can say, what does $20 do for you, right? So you can enter in that text so they can see, what does $20 do? That could be like, oh, it's, that will support, some of you might have are tied with like food banks, so might give a meal to one person or anything like that to kind of tie like a tangible amount. To make it more tangible what somebody's giving. Like, oh, I'm going to give $20 and it's going to do this, they might be more inclined to do that. So you can do that for one time, and again, you can set that up for monthly. So same thing for monthly gifts as well. A big one for all of you right now is the custom email messages. So when somebody makes a donation to your church, okay, they are automatically going to get their tax receipt, and then they're automatically going to get this thank you message. So if they gave one time or if they gave monthly, this is the message that they're going to receive. Okay, so very important to have that, especially now. It's just going to be harder to communicate. I know some of you guys are doing your services online. This is going to be very important. So you're able to thank them and put that message in there for them to contribute online. Okay. And then probably your also biggest important tab is your brand form. So you can see when I created this donation form, all I did was I added an image, right? And I changed the colors. So I can come on here, I can play around with all of the colors very, very easily. Okay. You're doing all of that, right? Adding, I've added my text as well. So it's just a simple copy and paste, very quick to do. And as soon as I'm done, so these are all of these different options, I just click Save and View. So you're logging into your CanadaHelps account, you're going under Edit, you're creating your form. As soon as I click Save and View, again, it takes me right to the donation form that I've created. You can see I didn't finish what my $20 does, but it immediately appeared on my donation form. Okay, so all of this, again, is in your CanadaHelps account. So when I kind of scroll back to the top, you're going to sign up with CanadaHelps, or maybe you already have, right? You're going to go to donation forms, you're going to create a new form, and it's going to live at the bottom here. Now that I've created it, I viewed it, I'm happy with how it looks. I go and I go and embed, I take my code, I go on the URL, whichever one I'm using, I'm putting it on my website, and within minutes, you're set up with online giving. Okay, so that's very, very important. And again, super easy to use. It's built so that you are able to do this on your own. Again, if you have questions, you can always follow with me. Do not hesitate to do so, and we can help get that up. But that is the most important piece, is getting that option. So now, when services are closing and people still need to support your church, they have that option along with your other options that you have as well and are receiving money. They can go online to your website on their phone and make a donation to you. Okay. Now, another really important piece, what I want to show you as well, when I jump back here, is what that kind of looks like on the donor side. Okay, so at the start here, this was Embassy Church. So what I did earlier was I made a donation to them. Okay, so same thing. You put the amount in, I'm entering in my personal information, that credit card piece, and I'm clicking donation now. And this is what it looks like on the donor end. So if I actually jump to my email, okay, I made a donation to them, so you guys can see my email here. So right here it says Lucas Froese. Okay, as soon as I made my gift, a donation, I got my tax receipt by email. So when I click on that, this is what it looks like. So you can see it says Embassy Church, donation form, and tax receipts. Okay, so this is the message. It says thank you for your $10 donations to Embassy Church. Okay, when you sign up with CanadaHelps, make sure you add your logo. You can add your logo because that will appear here. So Embassy Church had it, but as soon as you add your logo, it's going to appear here, and you can see right away. So as a donor, this is a summary, right? I got $10. This is when I made the date. I've got my confirmation number, perfect, and attached is my tax receipt. Okay, so it's in a PDF. As soon as I've given that, here's my tax receipt. Okay, so your thank you message, whether that's a one-time or a monthly, that's gonna appear here, right? So that's the message they've given me. Your support is critical to helping us fulfill our mission, right? And now I've got my information down here below. Okay, so I went online, I made a donation. As soon as I made that, I got an email that went directly to me with my tax receipt. This is exactly what your congregation, what your donors, when they give online, this is exactly what they're going to get. Okay, on your end as well, part of, we're talking about transaction fees, like what's in that fee was, issuing tax receipts. All of the administrative burden is on CanadaHelps. So they're going to start, they'll be giving to you down the road, come tax time next year. They're going to maybe reach out and say, hey, I was giving to you, I lost my tax receipt, I don't know where that is. You direct those donors to CanadaHelps. CanadaHelps has all the tax receipt records. We have, all the transaction history. We can pull that for them. So I know a lot of you guys that are tuning in are treasurers or bookkeepers, right? So that burden's on us. You're just simply receiving that donation. Okay? Any questions comes back to CanadaHelps. And again, making that as easy as possible for you guys and as easy as possible for the donor so they can get their tax receipt right away. Okay? As well, so that's it for the donor. Made my donation, I got my tax receipt, I'm good to go. If they're giving monthly, they can get that tax receipt every month, or they can get a consolidated one at the end of the year. That's up to the donor to decide, but they'll get that as well. Okay? For you guys, the other really important tab when I jump back to the CanadaHelps account. So the other important tab, so donation forms for your website, we're going to jump to donation reports. So when I click on this is where all of your donation data is going to appear. Okay? So don't mind the funny names. This is our test account here with CanadaHelps, but this is what it's going to look like for you. Okay? So as soon as somebody gives, you can set it up so that you get a notification as soon as somebody gives. Okay? As soon as that happens, this is what it looks like. So we got a Michael here. He's given today. You'll notice this yellow icon. See how it says to be dispersed. So what this means is that somebody made a donation to your church today, but you've got a notification, you've seen that somebody gave, but this will not be in your church's account until the following Thursday. So donations made every Sunday to Saturday. We deposit through EFT directly in your church's account every Thursday. Okay, so now you've got some. So, for example, in my case, I made a donation today. The church's treasurer or bookkeeper, whoever's signed up with the account, they got a notification. It said Lucas made a $10 donation. They log into their CanadaHelps account. They can see that. They've given me the date. They've got my email or any other information you collected, if you collected phone numbers, or you got a mail-in option piece that you signed them up with. You've got that. You can see the donation amount, and now I've also got another message icon box. So I can click that, right? The reply email, you change that to your email, and you can send them another thank you message. So again, especially at this time, the communication is critical and keeping in contact with them, so you're able to send another thank you message through the tool as well. Okay, so that's that sort of giving process. Somebody comes online, whether it's through a mobile device or on their desktop, they give online, the donor receives a tax receipt, the person in charge of the CanadaHelps account will receive a notification, hey, somebody gave, log into my account, I can see who gave, I can send a thank you message, and then next Thursday, those funds are deposited into your account. Okay, so that's that cycle with giving, and it's very easy and less work for you guys. You guys are just receiving those donations. All of your CanadaHelps donations will all appear. They're all going to live in your account. So under this tab here called Data Download, people who have given, maybe you've received donations from CanadaHelps for many years. Maybe this is going to be your first time. They will always live in there. So under Data Download, you can pull reports from many years ago. All your donation data is going to live there. Okay, so should be fairly straightforward. Hopefully, you guys are getting the idea of that process, what that looks like for your church, what that looks like for your donors and your congregation. Again, a really important piece for all this. I know I've probably spoken to some of you that are tuning in now. Maybe I'll speak to some of you guys in the future. But obviously in light of what's going on, it's a very difficult time. and you guys are moving your services online and the communication piece, and I know a lot of you are worried, it's really important at this time. And I think in general, I think maybe as churches we don't talk about it enough, but about giving and what that means to your church, right? So however they're choosing to give, whether it's online, whether it's through PAR, or they're doing envelopes, right? It's really important to say, that's how you guys survive, and that's how you're able to do what you do and bring joy to the world and talk about the Lord's mission, and share the gospel is through these donations. So however your congregation is choosing to give, whatever method, it's just important to talk about that and be open and transparent about how it works and how they're able to support you. Okay, awesome. Now I'm just going to jump back here to my slides here, and just to kind of, before I kind of jump to some questions, just some things to keep in mind here with Canada Helps. So this is like breaking down the barriers and what it means when you're signed up with Canada Helps. So the first thing is no long-term contract or upfront fees, right? So you sign up for free with Canada Helps. You can create as many donation forms. You put them on your website. It's just the transaction fees. So there's no contract. There's nothing to get started, okay? Same thing with the donor. When they want to give online, they do not need to create an account. They can just come on and make a gift to you. They can choose to make an account with Canada Helps, which will make the giving easier, but that's not required. They can just give and get their tax receipt. Okay. No internet connection for your church. Obviously, you guys, you're not meeting right now, but you don't need that at all. You guys are at home. All you have to do is set up online on your computer at home, and you're going to be good to go. So easy setup. Again, those tax receipts are custom branded. So when you add your church's logo or an image, that's going to appear on the tax receipt. And then it's easy to manage and use. So in your account, donation reports, I can see who's all been giving. Okay, easily scalable. So whether you're going to get 5 donations online, in the next couple of weeks or how long this goes, or you're going to get 1,000, it's all going to work the same. So they'll be depositing in your account weekly. Everything's the same. So it doesn't matter how much you get, it's all going to be the same. Okay, and also the free support, education, and training. So at Canada Helps, we have a support team that's here 9 to 5. So along with reaching out to me, then I'm happy to help. Our support team is there 9 to 5, but you can phone in if you have questions that some of your congregation, if they gave online and they're having difficulties, they can phone into Canada Helps. We frequently do webinars and training, so that's all available to you to make it easy, as well bilingual. So for some of you that might be, that have a bilingual service, donation forms can be created in French, and our support team is in French as well. So you can use, so that's available. Again, branded for your church, and there's no technology required. So your website doesn't have to be secure. You don't even have to have a website if you don't want to. You can use the URL's link. There's nothing that's needed of you guys from a technology standpoint to use Canada Helps. As soon as you're signed up, you can use it. Okay. Awesome. Now we'll kind of jump to some questions. So if you guys have had some questions before, I'll pull them up here and I can answer some of them for you. So a big thing, so a question I'm getting here is what if my church doesn't have a website? So this is an awesome question. Again, if you don't have a website, you can still use the Canada Helps donation forms. So I'm going to just quickly jump back to the account. So if I jump back here, you are still able to use it. So for example, when I go and pull up my donation form, so I go to my church form, so I pull up my form, you are provided with that donation form's URL. Okay, so you see that's copied to my clipboard. So if you don't have a website, maybe you're sending out a newsletter at this time, or you've got you're running an online service. What you can simply do is post that link, right? So if I actually jump back to my email, so if I go back to my email here quickly, what I'm able to do, right, if I want to compose a new email, all I have to do is paste that link in there, right? I can make that an active link. So as soon as you're sending an email, you're kind of explaining what's going on or the latest news, you say, hey, donate here, right? If I click on this link, if I've received this email and I've clicked on this link, it's just going to immediately take me to your donation, to the donation form that I've created. Okay, so you don't need a website. As soon as you signed up, create forms, and you're able to use that. Okay, so thank you. Excellent question. Excellent question. Cool. So some other ones here, and again, if you guys have questions, just put them in the question box, and I'm happy to answer those. Okay, awesome. So I've got a text to give question here. So does CanadaHelps offer text to give? So great question. With the donation forms are mobile optimized. So as I showed in the webinar, when you right click, you're able to see, so if you right click, you're able to see what it looks like when it's mobile optimized. Okay, so I can go on my phone, fill that out, make my donation, and instantly get my tax receipt. So those forms, because they're mobile optimized, it is essentially like text to give, and they can use that and make a donation online through a smartphone. Okay, awesome. Thank you for the question. Great question. Awesome. So another one here says, do we have to have a web page, or can we use a Facebook page for it? This is awesome. So with the donation forms, you can set it up with Facebook. So along with your website, you can add it to your website like we've gone before. If you've got a Facebook account, you can create a form, and you're able to actually add a button. And I think Facebook actually changed it. It used to say donate. I think it might say learn more now. But they're able to, I think it might say learn more now, but you're able to link your donation form to that button. Or like I said, when we were creating donation forms, you've got that URL. You're able to just post that link on Facebook, post that on any other kind of social media. Somebody on your congregation can click that and make an online gift to you. So yes, you're able to use that for Facebook as well. Excellent question. Okay. Another question here was, can I make more than one donation form? And yes, you are able to create an unlimited amount of donation forms. So general rule of thumb, right? You're going to go in your account, you're going to create a donation form, add it to your website, and people can donate, go on your site, give, just like kind of how we went over. You're able to create an unlimited amount. So what that means is maybe you have different missionaries, maybe you've got different projects going on, and for each one of those, I can create a donation form and tie it to that project. So a common one we'll see is like different missionaries, for example. So maybe there's 5 or 6 different people or families there, and they're all trying to go on a missions trip. So for each one of those families, I'll create a different donation form. So it'll be like Lucas form, Laura form, whoever the people are. So they go on your website, they're clicking one of those, it takes you to the form, and they're able to give. So it's really user-friendly, and it should be easy to use. Again, if you have questions, always follow with me. But play around with it. You can create as many different forms as you want. Awesome. Thank you for that question. Cool. We'll take a couple more now over here, see what we have. So, okay, so I have one here with, I know I briefly mentioned it, was the stocks and shares with CanadaHelps. So just just as just as I touched on creating a donation form, you can create a form that's for stocks and mutual funds. So I know a lot of your churches maybe have something or have a process for that as well. But with Canada Helps, you're able to do that as well. So simply how that works, and I didn't touch on it too much, but you go into your donation forms, you can create a form, put it on your website. Now if somebody wants to contribute with stocks and mutual funds, they go on your website, they fill out that form. The donor takes the letter of direction to their bank or their broker. The broker transfers the funds to Canada Helps. So we are partnered with the Royal Bank of Canada. We sell those shares the same day that we receive them, issue a tax receipt to the donor, deposit the funds in your account. So the entire process is handled by Canada Helps. Donor gets a tax receipt, funds go into your account. Okay, so same idea. And I know a lot of you, obviously it hasn't been the best for investments in light of COVID-19. So that, on average, we're going to see that probably that kind of gift not be as common. But in the future, if you don't have a system already, you can use the Canada Helps donation form for that. Okay, awesome. Great question. Cool. So we'll take a few more here. So another one that I've got is where can I see who has given to my church? Again, so awesome. I'm going to take you back to that super quickly. So if I go back to the Canada Helps account, right? So we're in here. Again, donation forms that you see there, that's your main tab. Get in there, create a form. When donations come through, for all treasurers and bookkeepers that are tuning in right now, donation reports. Click on donation reports. All of your donor data is going to live under this donation reports tab. So you simply click that, scroll to the bottom, all donations are going to live there. All of their contact info, thanking them, seeing how much people gave, all lives in there. Okay, so donation reports in your account. Thank you. Great question. Okay, cool. So another question here is regarding security. Our web page has been hacked a number of times this year, according to our web manager. How would this affect security for Canada Helps? This is a fantastic question. So yes, the first thing is making sure you can get your website secure. As I had shown before, and even right now, I'm on the Canada Helps website, you can see the lock icon on the top left. So you'll know that your website's secure if it's got that icon. If it doesn't, then it's going to say not secure. You can easily get it secured. I think it's $10, $20 to do so. I'm not exactly sure, but if you guys want more information on that, you can send me an email after and I can let you know. But the Canada Helps donation form is completely secure. So when I jump back to these forms, so you're going to notice here this lock icon, it's completely secure. So we've never had any issues with donations and transactions. That the credit card information is secure, it's protected against fraud, it's the highest level of PCL compliance. So even if your website is not secure, the Canada Helps donation form is. So that's why you can simply link it to your website, you can embed it however you want to do it, but those donations are completely secure through that form, and that's secured through Canada Helps. So that's an aspect that you don't need to worry about. That's what we're here for. That security is an absolutely huge piece of an online giving, and we've got that covered for you with that. So so thank you. That's a great question. Okay. So I'll take two more here about. Cool. So I got another question here about sending the donations. So it says, are donations transferred to the church's bank account automatically or upon request? So this is transferred automatically. So when you sign up with Canada Helps, they're going to prompt you to banking details. So you have to fill that information in. And then donations are transferred every Thursday for the week prior. So the donation period, I think, is Sunday to Saturday of the week. The following week, on Thursday, the donations are deposited right into your account. You don't have to, there is no request. They'll just come in weekly as they come through. So there's not a long waiting period. You don't have to say you want them. They'll be in there. Okay? Thank you. And we'll have one more here. Find another question. Okay, cool. So another one here says, can there be multiple logins for one church? So for example, one person may have access to the form creation and URL links, and someone else, like a treasurer, may have access to more confidential financial reports. So this is an awesome question. So right now, you can have multiple users for your CanadaHelps account. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to jump back. So if I jump back to the CanadaHelps account, so if I jump back here, there's a tab here called Account Info. So when I go on Account Info, okay, and I'm going to go on Other Charity Administrators, right, this is where all of my linked users will appear. So you're going to have a main charity administrator, and you're going to have other admins, like linked users. Each one of these people have their own login and password. So the main charity administrator has a login and password. Other linked users each have their own login, a different login and password. However, whenever somebody logs in, they all have access to the same information. So everybody can see the donations coming in. Anybody can create a donation form. The level of access is the same. For now, this is a new, the restricted access will be a new feature that our product development team will be working on, and it will come. But right now, you can add multiple users with different logins, but it's going to be the same, they'll have the same level of access for now. Okay, awesome. Thank you. Those were great questions. If you still have more, type them in the box. I'll get back to you guys on those questions. You can also email me and give me a call. That's not a problem. Yeah, there's no worries at all. And just kind of before I leave, I just kind of want to, touch on right now what's going on in the world is a pretty unprecedented. And my pastor at my church, he actually forwarded me along Psalms 46:1 verse 3 that I want to share with you guys as well. So it says, God is our refuge and strength and ever-present help in trouble. Therefore we will not fear, though the earth gave way and the mountains fall into the heart of the sea, though its waters roar and foam and the mountains quake with their surging. So I know, guys, this is just a quote that, like I said, my pastor sent to me, and then I've been reading to myself throughout this whole week. And now more than ever, people are turning to faith. People are turning to God. And you guys, I know it's a scary time. Here at CanadaHelps, we're a charity, so we understand, maybe donations not coming in and the shortages of staff, and we're all cramped up in our apartments, and all we have is social media, and we're seeing all of these things that are popping, and it's scary. But people are turning to you, and you guys, wherever you are across Canada right now, churches, you guys are the leaders of your community, and people are turning to you. So just remember that. CanadaHelps is with you. I'm with you. The church is a big part of my life. It's a big part of my upbringing, and it's changed my life. And I'm passionate to help you guys succeed, and just trust that everything's going to be okay, and that that you guys are looked upon now more than ever. So I just wanted to leave you with that. And again, I'm super here for you guys if you need anything, and keep doing your work, keep spreading the gospel and the Lord's mission, and things are gonna look up. Okay. Again, if you guys have any other questions, please get in contact with me. We're all at home. Use my email, give me a call. I'd love to chat. A couple things as well. CanadaHelps has released a Facebook group called Canadian Charities Connect. So please find us on Facebook and join the group. Those are just a bunch of just charities across Canada that are connecting and supporting each other during this time and sharing helpful links and resources. So please don't be afraid to join that group. And then as well, the 2020 Giving Report. So we actually just released that today. our CanadaHelps team, just looking at trends in giving, obviously in light of COVID-19 and everything that's going on. Just some trends and the rise of online giving and things like that in general. So a helpful resource. So again, don't hesitate to reach out. I hope you guys had a lot of fun. My one goal is to have fun. But stay strong. Keep up the good fight. Wishing you peace, love, and blessings to wherever you are in the country, okay? Thank you so much, and I'm looking forward to connecting again soon. Thanks, guys. Bye.